All right, gents, here we are, end of week 6. The tables are starting to take form here. Last week, we got right back on track. I finished 4 and 1 against all y'all, picking the games. Brings our total to 17 and 8. Well above 500 in figuring out how this league goes. So I think we're starting to stabilize here. Um, Taking a look at the tables, Cleveland Steamers still on top. Bone is there and Hammy. So I think that's kind of the first tier we're looking at. Followed by the next tier, final playoff spot. This is where it gets a little bit hairy. Taking a look at these four, seem to be jostling in between there. I'm even throwing TD in there because he's got the next amount of points. He's going to win a lot of tiebreakers if he can just get the W's behind him. And then B, I think he's there. He's in a tier of his own. He's making a lot of moves. Let's see if he can put it together. But I mean, he's definitely head and heels above uh, the ending of our class here. Shazad's still looking for a win. Naisi, we'll call him Zombie Aisi, because he is um, just walking around headless right now. So, in taking a look at the standings, I think the big jumps from last week we had Hammy. He was out of the playoffs and now he's back up into third, so back towards the stabilizing. And then um, with that, we had Saugat lose, and he dropped to being out of the playoffs in fifth right now. So with that, we're going to jump into the game of the week, and let's take a look at how that actually happened. So we had Saugat versus Josh, and there wasn't any drama going into Monday Night Football, kind of a crappy Monday Night Football game. So we're going to judge it a little bit differently here. Just in taking a look at the quarterback to running back matchup, it's pretty much evened out between Saugat and Josh. Josh maybe finished a little bit above with Sony Michel doing a tweak better than Zeke, but otherwise they pretty much averaged out. The real difference came with the pass catchers from Josh, especially with Jets wide receiver from Saugat's side going out in the game, finishing with the minus there. That was a big jump, and Josh was really able to take advantage there with his pass catchers. Ebron started off really well on the Thursday on the Sunday game, and then the night game, Edelman coming through. Also throw in Schuster there as well, outperforming James White at flex. And then, I mean, even the defense from the Thursday night matchup came through for Josh um, with the Titans defense um, having a pedestrian matchup um, loss against the Ravens. So with that, Bone was able to jump up to second, so got out of the playoffs. So this, while not the most intense game, had the most impact across the league this week. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at some of the transactions. Not a ton, so we're able to take a look here. The one I say I like the most um, is Saugat picking up Gabriel. Gabriel's had a great placement with the Chicago Bears so far. Really turned into quite a tool for that offense. Hammy, he's picking up a flyer here on OJ Howard early on in the waivers. Picked up OJ Howard. Hopefully he has the chemistry now with Winston coming through. And then everything else we're staring at is B going buck wild. Two waiver pickups, both at kicker and in defense. Odd, but he's going for it. And then even after he woke up in the morning, got there before everyone else, picked up Peyton Barber, who is in the starting blocks right now for the running back position at Tampa. If they turn around their offense, he's going to be getting all the carries. Probably didn't lose much by dropping Morse. And then Derek Anderson, B still looking for that QB replacement. Maybe Derek Anderson's it. Wow, Josh Allen's going to be missing a few weeks here with the elbow, so maybe B stabilizing here. But he's all over the place. He's really trying to push the envelope. So kudos, got to give it up for B there. With that, we are now going to take a look at our games coming into the week with a little bit of analysis. So we got Hammy versus myself, the Cleveland Steamers. With this matchup, I really like Dalton going up against Kansas City. They're coming off a short-ish week, playing that Sunday night game. It's still at Kansas City. Are they going to be lulled into uh, um, less of a defensive stance here? They already got a pretty crappy defense, and that Cincinnati offense can move the ball. They can toss it. So I like Dalton to outperform his 24.1 here. On my side of the ball, I'm liking Hyde. I think he can really tear it up against Tampa, especially in Tampa. I think the Cleveland offense is going to, coming off of a sluggish week, get put back together. And they had a tough matchup against the San Diego Chargers. This Tampa Bay defense is much worse, and I would expect him to outperform that 14.6 there. We're going to throw the football over, though, to Hammy. I think he's walking away with this victory, upset victory. It'll be my first loss of the year. I think Hammy's got this one, given he's got some powerful matchups here in this Atlanta and New York Giants game. I think he's got quite a few outperformers there, going up against some slim defenses, to say the least. So Hammy, I think you're getting this one. Taking a look at B versus TD. Here on B's side of the ball, continue that Bengals theme where we had Dalton there. I really like Boyd standing out and definitely doing better than his 14 points projected against Kansas City. On TD's side of the ball, I'm looking at John Brown against a porous Saints defense. I could see this being a shootout, and I think Flacco performed pretty well here as well. That deep ball is going to be a problem for the Saints. And that's where John Brown will excel, and I think he's going to be a good red zone target as well. So I like him to outperform this 11 points expected by TD, and I'm going with B here. I think B wins this one. I think B's moving back up the ladder. Maybe he's joining that next tier with TD as we progress into week 7. Next matchup, we got MJ versus Sunny Chan. This is the close one. Just want to point out here, closest one we got on the week. About a 4-5 point difference in place between these two sides. So the tiniest of edge will really matter in this one. MJ, I like Funches. I think he's gonna kind of break out here a bit more. He's got Cam thrown to him at Philly. I see this as a little bit of a vengeance game for last year, and Funches is Cam's main guy out of the ends there at the wide receiver. Um, and then on Chan's side of the house, I like Goff. I like Goff a lot going against San Francisco. They're going to be on a short week. All the headlines were towards Gurley after his monster performance last week. I think the tables turn. It's back over towards Goff and how they're going to be throwing it around on that San Francisco defense. And with that comes Goff outperforming his points that he's got here. We'll take a look. To make a pick, I think Chan's got it. I'm sorry, MJ. You're probably my number one fan out there, and I love you to death, but I think Chan's got this because of Goff making it up there. We'll take a look at Bone versus Shazad. Here on Bone's side, I really like Edelman. He's back into the fold. I think they can pass on Chicago. Brady's going to get that ball out quick, and Edelman's your guy for that. On Shizzy's side of the house, I'm going to assume he fills out this bye position. And while he's doing so, Zach Ertz, coming off a long week of rest, goes against a favorable matchup with Carolina. I think he's going to outperform 16.3. That's a high mark for a tight end, and I think he could do it. He's treated like a number one wide receiver out there. Having said that, though, I'm going with Shizzy. I think Shizzy can do it. I think Shizzy, he's going to fill out this bye position, and he's got some semi-favorable matchups in doing so, and he's going to win this one. I see all these individuals on Bone's side coming back down to earth a little bit, and Shizzy, this is your first one of the year. I'm going with you. Last matchup we got here, we got Saugat versus Zombie Mike. Um, we'll say on Saugat's side of the house, I like his new pickup, Gabriel. I think he's going to be an important piece against this New England matchup. I think he'll outperform 11.7. And on Mike's side, I like this coming week Big Ben. Oh, no, wait, Big Ben's on a bye this week. Mike's entire team's on a bye. We'll see if he actually replaces his lineup. I got Saugat going hard in this win, and Mike moving to 0-7, like we all expect him to. So again, last week I went 4-1, 17 wins, 8 losses overall. Got a good pulse on this league. Let's see how we do this week. And with that, guys, be good to each other.